This time on Woody's Garage. What the fork are you doing now?
Well, tonight I kind of decided to take a look at the front end of the Z50R Honda. We're down here in the basement, a crowded basement, and this leg is bent back. You can see it right there. And the other leg looks okay, like the one I just showed you. That one looks pretty straight. I got some Marvel Mystery Oil on these wipers, and I hope that they're like dust seals. I hope they can come off intact. And there's one bolt up here to take out, and then I think there's a circlip in here to undo, and then this leg should fall out. And we'll see what's going on in there. I'm kind of hoping I don't need parts and I can just bend it. But let's get the front wheel off and we'll go from there. So that was the easy part. The harder part, I think, is trying to preserve this rubber seal here. Try to get something thin behind it and work it down slowly and try to get it off. Yeah, it came off after a little bit. Now we got to see what's up inside here. There's a lot of gunk. I'll tell you one thing. I've cleaned some of my other ones, my older Z50s and CT70s, and oh brother, I guess that's supposed to be some kind of seal up in there. I don't know if it was part of this. No, looks like I am gonna have to buy stuff. You know, I'm kind of using this one as a example of what could be going on in this one. So if everything's deteriorated inside, then I should probably do them both. Okay, you gotta stand on your head to see this one. Believe you or me. Let me see if I can get a good shot at this. And get the light under there. There is a circlip in there. You can see it in the back, one side of it. I'm going to try to get that out. Yeah, I'm going to try to get it out. Well, I was going to get it on video, but I got the tool up there and stuck it in and it came right the heck off. So, you know, why get it on video? It was pretty easy. And here's the whole leg. If you ever seen anything so greasy? Haha. They're all like this. Now there's something, a piece of nylon that rides inside of that spring, and those things wear out, and I'm certain that this is probably worn out. It's that thing, I think, right there. Just covered with grease. And although it doesn't look bad, at least covered with grease. So what we really got to do is get all this grease off of this thing. Ugh. And then you break it apart. It's in two pieces. There's a kind of a oh God, a bushing that goes around it, a sleeve that goes around it, kind of like if this was metal, with a dowel pin through it. I just can't think of a word for it right now. Let me clean all this crap off. It's probably going to take the rest of the night. Okay, I got some of the gunk off. This is the plastic thing I was talking about. It actually looks in pretty good shape, so I'm probably going to be able to use it again. This is that piece I was talking about that has the pin through it. So we got to knock this thing out. I'll just use a punch and knock it out, and then the whole thing comes apart, and then we got to remember how it goes back together. But of course what we're going to do is we're going to try to bend this thing back into shape. It's in my soft jaws right now, so it won't mar it all up. Don't want to lose this pin, of course. And to tell you the truth, I can't remember how loaded this is and how I ever got the other one back together. I don't know if it's under tension or not. Well, there's the pin. Looks good, nice and clean. And this is sort of taking the place of the pin. No, it doesn't seem like it's under load. Can I get it out? I think I can. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is under load. Jabbing it out the other way and see what happens here. Yeah, that got it. I think. Almost got it. Okay. We'll see if this one's jammed in there. So no. Okay. So now it can come apart, but I want to lay it out so that I remember the way it goes. This is all one piece. Now the camera's not in a very good place. So here they are. That's the top, that the ring. This is a nylon piece, the washer, the clip, the boot, and here is the fork leg that you can see is bent. How I'm going to bend it, I'm not sure. I got a long pipe. But I got to clamp it in a vise, and I'm a little scared if I put enough pressure on it, the vise is going to rip right off the table. So I don't know how much this is going to take to bend it back. That's next, though. It's about the closest pipe I could find to fit. You can really see, how much it's bent. I'll just try to do a little bit at a time. I'm going to put a straight edge up to it and see just how bent it is so we can kind of see the progress. Yep, stay out of the light there. You can see how much it's out. Oh, that's probably a little more than it actually is because I don't have the ruler right down on the end down there. But at least we got something to go by. I mean, right in the middle there, which is right about here, it looks like we got a ½ inch. I guess we'll put it in my rigid vise here and give it a go. I'll see if I can set up the camera to watch the fun. Oh, I definitely felt it move. Well, that certainly closed up a bunch, but you can see now it's kind of wavery, And I kind of felt that when I was bending it. Like, maybe I wasn't bending it from the most optimal point. Okay, we got to think of what we're going to do next. I'd like to take some kind of ramrod and ram it down here to straighten it out, but, and then the thing would probably get stuck in there. Not quite sure what to do next. Yeah, we're definitely getting there. It's almost perfectly straight, just a little warbly. You know, I don't think I'll ever get it perfectly straight, but... Okay, well, it's far better than what it was. I found actually this leg down here was kicked in a little bit too, so I straightened that. But what I'm finding is the area around in here is a lot more easy to bend because it's probably been bent a bunch of times than it is down here. But it's pretty straight, you know? It's definitely usable. I don't think you'll be able even to see it, so I'm going to reassemble it. Okay, I think I found out what to do here. What we got is, see there's a little drain hole here. That goes on the inside. So, I got this on wrong. This should go down. I'm not quite sure. Well, I'll have to review the video and see if it was on upside down or I just put it on upside down. And also at the top here, there is this thing. This faces in towards the inside because it's got to fit into a notch up in the triple tree up top there. So that's how you put it together, and we'll put it back in the bike. Grease it up, put it back in. Yeah, we got almost all back on except for that boot. I just got out my heating gun to make that rubber a little more pliable so it'll slide over. I got everything greased up and stuff like that. Still don't have this top bolt all the way home. I can't really feel the top of the leg go into that indent that I showed you, which makes me feel a little bit wary. But I don't know. Everything that I saw pointed that the little nub goes towards the inside. So let me get some heat on that boot, and we'll see if it goes on a little bit easier. Yeah, that got it. I just should have got it on video. Just used this little thin screwdriver and got it in there and kind of like got it over the hump and then twisted it on while this was in there, and it went on pretty good, and I think this thing will hold up actually. It's not that bad. So I'm going to put the wheel on and then I'm going to tighten this nut, or maybe vice versa. Actually, I think I'm going to put some kind of rod in between the two and maybe even the axle and tighten it up and kind of see, you know, I want to see that it's sitting in that little groove in the triple clamp. Okay, that's tight. Didn't really feel like it went into anything, but yeah, it had to, right? I don't know. Let's put the front wheel back on. You know, that looks so much better. Yeah, hitched up the brake. The brake's all hitched back up. Over here, yeah. Yeah, that looks a million times better. Jeez. It's funny. The forks actually look longer now. Hey, feel good. I just want to make sure that this gunk that I took out that almost looked like a washer is just packed grease. It's definitely nothing rubber. So we're done.